Good evening, this is TC and English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Nhoy Kim Hong Sai. First, the headlines. Kuki frontal organizations refute CH Azang Khong Sai's involvement in Hlungzang village incident. Manipur minister empowers weavers with technological upgradations in Kangpokpi. Mira Paibi's call for Biren Singh's resignation. News in detail. The Kuki frontal civil organizations in Churchandpur district have condemned the alleged dragging of the Kuki MP Manipur president into the recent incident in Hlungzang village and appealed to the state to curb the spreading of false news by social media platforms and media houses. The Kuki MP Manipur President CH Azang Khong Sai was reported of involvement in the Hlungzang village incident by media houses, including the National Daily citing a government report. The recent incident at Hlungzang village refers to the attack by a mob on security forces who were there to destroy poppy cultivations in the area. In a joint press communique, the civil society organization CSOs of Churchandpur district expressed their dismay at hearing the president of Kuki MP Manipur KRMCH Azang Khong Sai being dragged into the recent incident at Hlungzang village by some vested print and electronic media operating in the state of Manipur. Upon perusal, it came to light that the averments met therein are baseless and concocted. Thereby, the undersigned civil societies are compelled to issue this press communique to condemn such unscrupulous acts perpetrated against high dignitary representing the Kuki people in the state of Manipur, the Kuki frontal organization says. The joint press communique reiterated that CH Azang Khong Sai, president of Kuki MP Manipur, has been out of stations for the past few months for medical treatment. Therefore, it asserted that accusing him of being a baiter solely based on being native to the same village did not suffice and substantiate the averment made against him. The organizations also considered that some individuals with vested interests pursued to impute MLA CH Azang Khong Sai. They view this as an attempt to tarnish not only his reputation but also that of the Kuki community. The CSOs then appealed to the state to curb the spreading of false and fabricated news by various social media platforms and media houses. They also requested the concerned authorities to investigate and book the perpetrators at the earliest so that a dignified life, which is the most basic element of human existence, be not curtailed by unjustified interference from others. Moreover, the Kuki CHO cautions that no such unscrupulous and biased allegations be made against incumbents holding the dignitaries of the civil society organizations of Kuki people in future eventualities. In a significant boost to handloom sector, textiles, commerce, industries, and corporations, Minister Nyamcha Kipgyan distributed technological upgradations and lighting unit materials to beneficiaries of the Kangpokpi Mission Bank Small Cluster Development Project. The event held at the project's temporary office in Tumnopokpi, Kangpokpi district marked a milestone as the first ever distributions of its kind in the region. The distributions initiative, organized by the District Handlooms and Textiles Department, aims to modernize and strengthen the traditional weaving sector by equipping artisans with advanced tools. The minister handed over frame looms, motorized pin winding machines, loom accessories, and solar-powered lighting units to the beneficiaries, ensuring that the weavers can enhance productivity, improve quality, and work efficiently even during power outages. Speaking on the occasions, Minister Nyamcha Kipgyan underscored the vital role of the handloom industry in preserving indigenous culture, creating sustainable livelihoods, and boosting economic growth in Kangpokpi district. This initiative is not just only about distributing equipment. It is also about empowering our artisans, preserving our rich traditions of weaving, and ensuring that our local industry competes on a broader scale, as he stated. She emphasized that the central government's commitment to strengthening the handloom sector by providing technological support, skill development projects, and financial assistance. She further urged weavers to take full advantage of government schemes and enhance their craftsmanship. The Gangpokpi Mission Bank Small Cluster Development Project is the first such cluster established in the district, and today's distribution marks the beginning of a larger transformation for the weaving community. Key officials present at the event included Honshanla Tangal, Project Manager of District Handlooms and Textiles, Tangzagin Misao, Gangpokpi Mission Bank SCDP Consortium, and T. Vatney Team Haukip, Cluster Development Executive, along with several beneficiaries and local weavers. The initiative is expected to enhance production's capabilities, reduce manual labor, and improve the earning of local weavers, bringing new energy into Gangpokpi's traditional weaving industry. Minister Kip Gan assured continued government support in facilitating modern infrastructure, training, and market linkages to uplift local artisans. She called upon the diverse community in the district to work collectively towards making Gangpokpi a hub for quality handloom products. The event concluded with a renewed sense of optimism among the beneficiaries, who expressed their gratitude for the government's initiative in revitalizing the local textile industry. With this pioneering effort, the government continues to strengthen its commitment to grassroots economic development. The Gangpokpi weaving cluster now stands at the cusp of a new era of modernizations, promising a brighter future for the district's skilled artisans. Hundreds of Merapai staged a protest demonstrations demanding the resignations of Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh and the arresting village volunteers VVs. The Merapai claimed that these VVs were rendering their best services for the protections and preservation of the territorial integrity of Manipur. The protest was organized as the Tulihal Kolhapur Community Hall of the Malum near the International Airport in Fall. They also demanded the immediate resignations of the Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh from his post and the release of jail VVs, as well as revocations of the Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958 from Manipur. The Zoy Merapai of the Malum Tulihal, Mamang Lekay, Malay Lekay, and Maning Lekay organized the protest from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday. On the sideline of the protest, K. Anita, president of the Joy Merapai, Malum, told the newsman that the arrest of VVs by the joint team from the central and state forces under the folding of AFSPAs are uncalled for at these prevailing situations in this deprived state. She alleged that the incumbent chief minister and some of his council of ministers are using the power on the dark side. She urged them to resign from their posts immediately. The VVs save us from the clutches of the foes, she said. In a momentous literary event, her words, her story, a deeply moving memoir by young author Lainun Tim, also known as Nono, was officially released today at the Cycle Dunk Christian Church. The book was unveiled by Kim Yeo Hang Sin, the esteemed MLA of Cycle Assembly Constituency, in the presence of Thang Gam Lupeng, president of Kuki MP Cycle Gamkai, alongside other distinguished guests. Pastor Seiboito Thang led a heartfelt dedication ceremony, offering prayers of blessing for the author and the book, marking the occasions with a sense of spiritual grace. Published by Axtiva Prakasham Publishing House, one of India's premier publishing houses, her words, her story is set to reach a wide audience and will be available on Amazon, Flipkart, and various other outlets. This compelling memoir takes readers on an evocative journey through a land scarred by conflict, where survival, loss, and resilience shape everyday life. Through raw and powerful storytelling, the author paints an intimate portrait of a young girl growing up amid turmoil, longing for a future beyond the chaos. With each page, Lainun Tim masterfully weaves together personal experiences and collective struggles, offering a narrative that is both deeply personal and universally resonant. In a world where despair often overshadows hope, Her words or story stands as a testament to the indomitable spirit of Cycles people, their strength, endurance, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. With vivid reflections and heartfelt memories, the memoir captures the extraordinary resilience found in family, community, and the quiet determinations to overcome life's harshest trials. At just 23 years old, Lidon Tim emerges as a powerful new voice from Sadar Hills, Gangpokpi district. Born and raised in a close-knit community deeply affected by conflict, her words echo the struggles and dreams of an entire generation searching for meaning amidst hardship. Her literary debut has been met with widespread praise, with MLA Kim Neo Hang Sing, Kuki MP Cycle Gamkai President Thangkam Lupeng, the author's cousin, and former councillor Thangzalun Mati, and other prominent figures commending her work. They held the young author as a beacon of hope, inspiring countless youth in the region to embrace their stories and turn their struggles into strength. With its release, her words, our story is more than just a memoir. It is a rallying cry for resilience, a tribute to the enduring human spirit, and a profound reflection of Cycle's unwavering hope. The Manipur Speakers Tribunal on February 7 reserved its judgment on the plea seeking disqualifications of 5 JDU MLAs who joined BJP shortly after the 2022 State Assembly elections. The disqualifications petition was filed by Manipur Congress Vice President Hareswar Goswami against JDU MLAs K.A. Joy Kisant and Sanate Thangzam Arun Kumar and MD Achayudin and LM Kaute. Lead counsel M. Bhupendra Meite of the petitioner told reporters, the final hearing concluded today in connection with the disqualifications case of the 5 JDU MLAs who had joined BJP. The respondents were represented by senior advocates. The speaker, after listening carefully, informed the judgment is kept reserved. We have much faith. We petitioned in 2022. We are optimistic that the judgment will be announced soon. Meanwhile, a Congress leader said the tribunal's decision is eagerly awaited. But as of now, the outcome remains uncertain, and only the final judgments will reveal the fate of the 5 MLAs. Manipur security forces arrested 2 individuals in possession of 20 kani cases containing suspected opium kani from the hill range of Langka village in Gangpokpi district. Acting on specific intelligence, the security personnel seized the kani cases weighing 642.09 grams in total, along with weight of the cases from Langka village on February 7. The arrested individuals have been identified as Manira 35 of Bazagra village, 25 miles IT road, Gangpokpi district, and Yang Bahadur 49 of Bazagra village, 25 miles IT road, Gangpokpi. Meanwhile, continuing their frequent search operations and area dominations exercises in the fringe and vulnerable areas of hill and valley districts, security forces recovered a huge contraband of arms and ammunition from the fringe area between Aigizang foothills under Nambo PS Bisnupur district. During the search operations, the following items were recovered: 1 .303 rifle, 1 bolt-action rifle, 2 numbers of SBBL gun, 1.22 pistol with magazine, 19mm pistol with magazine, 5 numbers of 36 HE hand grenade, and 1 Chinese HE hand grenade, 4 numbers of 40mm HE lead grenade, 1 long-range modified mortar cell with 2 numbers of 2-inch mortar HE cells with carrier, 10 numbers of SLR empty cases, 2 numbers of tear gas grenades, 1 stun grenade, 1 smoke grenade, 2 numbers of smoke shells soft nose, LR135 MTR, 2 numbers of smoke shells soft nose, SR50 MTR, 1 smoke shell dual, 1 wood piercing cells, CS 4 numbers of anti-riot rubber bullets, 2 numbers of smoke chili grenade, 3 numbers of tear smoke shell normal, 2 numbers of tear smoke shell CS, and 1 plastic sack which was used in concealing the above items. In a resounding celebrations of a decade of progress in child girl child empowerment, the district administration's Kangpokpi and the district program officer DPO ICDSL Kangpokpi jointly organized a high-impact bike rally today at the Kangpokpi district headquarters. These initiatives was part of a series of awareness programs across the Kangpokpi district to mark the 10th anniversary of the Beti Bachao, Beti Padao BBBP campaign, a national movement aimed at addressing gender disparity, female education, and child welfare. The rally, which began at the SP Kangpokpi office in uptown Kangpokpi and culminated at the Kangpokpi police stations in downtown Kangpokpi, was led by women police officers from Kangpokpi Police alongside key women officials from ICDS Project Kangpokpi, including Boise Hokip, Chongboy Kipgem, Moinu Kangte, and Lamhen Kang Singh. Their participation sent a strong message of women's leadership and empowerment, inspiring the local community to actively support the education and protection of girls. The bike rally carried bold manners with slogans such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padao, Save Girl Child, Educate Girl Child, echoing the urgent need for equal opportunities, education, and protections for rights across the country. The event was formally flagged off by Samuel Misao, SD to DC, SDO Lungtit, in the presence of Lungkopao Totang SDC headquarters, Kangpokpi. The active participation of district authorities and law enforcement underscored the government's commitment to ensuring the success of the campaign at the grassroots levels. The rally showed overwhelming support from the local community, with residents gathering along the route to witness and cheer the women-led initiative. The sight of uniformed women officers riding in unison through the district not only served as a symbol of empowerment but also reinforced the need for collective responsibility in uplifting the status of girls in society. Launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on January 22, 2015 in Panipat, Haryana, the Beti Bachao, Beti Padao campaign was initiated to combat alarming gender imbalances, particularly the declining child sex ratio (CSR) in various stages. Over the past decade, the initiative has made significant strides, particularly in regions where female literacy, race, and gender biases have posed challenges. The campaign operates as a tri-ministerial effort, jointly led by the Ministries of Women and Child Development, Health and Family Welfare, Human Resources Development, ensuring a multi-pronged approach to addressing gender inequality. However, challenges remained, especially in remote and rural areas, where deep-seated patriarchy norms, economic hardships, and infrastructural gaps continue to hinder progress. The Kangpokpi rally served as a reminder that consistent efforts, community engagement, and government support are crucial in realizing the visions of an equal and educated India. Beyond just an event, the rally in Kangpokpi symbolizes a broader movement towards sustainable change. The presence of women police officers at the forefront was a testament to the power of education and empowerment, proving that with equal opportunities, women can excel in leadership, governance, and law enforcement. As Kangpokpi and the rest of the country reflect on 10 years of BBBP, the message remains clear. Empowering girls means strengthening the future of the nation. With continued awareness, policy reforms, and community participation, the campaign will remain a beacon of hope for millions of girls across India. Peace in Manipur is not only about Manipur. It is about the working of democracy and the constitutions of India, said Dr. Z. Lamboy Hokip, Director at Center for Indigenous Studies in Manipur. Hokip spoke at a meeting organized by the Center for Study of Society and Secularism, Bombay Catholic Sabha, an Institute of Indian Culture, on February 6 at St. Peter's Church, Hill Road, Bandra. The subject of the meeting was present situations in Manipur, pathways to peace, and our role. Lamboy said that authoritarian and anti-democratic forces had a stranglehold on the constitutions. He said the attacks on charges during the conflict in Manipur were a strategy to strike at the very roots of Kuki identity, one of the two groups involved in the ethnic strife in Manipur. He said that the hill areas where the Kukis live have been kept very backward. There are no roads, schools, state health services, or electricity. In his childhood, Lamboy recalled that villagers had to cross 3 hills to buy necessities. He educated himself in very trying circumstances. The conflict had orphaned more than 200 children. Kukis lost their jobs as they could not go to the Meitei-dominated Imphal Valley. The Meitei, on the other hand, have said that members of their groups have been attacked in the hills and met to flee to the valley. Irfan engineered and Neha, the part of the CSSS, who have visited Manipur to document the conflict, say that unless there is a strong voice from the rest of India, the present regime has no political incentive to work for peace. The meeting pledged to raise crowdfunding for an ambulance necessary to carry patients needing medical emergencies from villages in the hill areas to Aizawl in neighboring Mizoram for treatment 15 hours away, as they cannot be taken to hospitals in the Imphal Valley. A tense situation prevailed in Talap, Tinsukia district, as clashes broke out between police and protesters during a rally organized by the All Moran Students Unit (AMSU). On February 8, regarding the incident, Tinsukia SP has placed Talap Police Outpost SI Hemanta Boro under reserve closure. Several protesters were allegedly injured after being beaten up by the police, while reports also success casualties among security personnel. The protest was part of a larger agitation led by AMSU across multiple locations, including Tinsukia, Makum, Dumduma, Kakopathar, Digboy, Bordumsa, and Pilobari in Assam, as well as Mahadevpur in Arunachal Pradesh, Namsai district. The protesters were demanding the tribal status for the Moran community, inclusion under the 6th schedule, and permanent residence certificates for Moran living in Arunachal Pradesh. Following the violent clash, agitated protesters have blocked National Highway 37, causing massive disruptions. Passengers traveling from Sadia and Arunachal Pradesh have been stranded along with several vehicles. The newly elected Assistant General Secretary of the All Assam Students Union and leaders from the All Matok Youth Students Conference have strongly reacted to the police actions and the casualties in Talap, demanding justice for the injured protesters. A group of 22 Rajya Sabha members from various political parties have sent a joint letter to Union Home Minister Amit Shah. In the letter, the MPs raised concerns over the stalled progress of the Naga peace process and urged the government to act quickly to restore momentum. According to the letter, the peace process reached an important milestone with the signing of the framework agreement in August 2015. The agreement was seen as a historic step to resolve a long-standing conflict and was built on mutual equality, respect, trust, and confidence. The MPs noted that the framework agreement was the result of efforts that began under leaders like the late P.V. Narasimha Rao and were further advanced by successive prime ministers. They also recalled earlier achievements such as the ceasefire in 1997 and the joint Amsterdam Communique of 2002, which together demonstrate a strong commitment to peace. However, the letter said that despite these notable achievements, the process now appears to have come to a standstill. The MPs expressed concern that the goodwill generated by the framework agreement has not been fully capitalized upon. They stressed that Northeastern region, who shares borders with 5 countries and plays a crucial role in national security, cannot afford further delays in the peace process. The letter stated that any slowdown in negotiations not only raises questions about the efficacy of the current talks but also risks undoing decades of painstaking progress and the trust built over the years. The letter further pointed out that the Naga peace process has always enjoyed bipartisan support and that its achievement were a collective effort to secure lasting peace in the region. Yet, the MPs noted that the process has suffered a significant slowdown since the resignations of the last full-time interlocutor in September 2021. Since then, the government has relied on an official in an ad hoc capacity. The MPs warned that this lack of a dedicated negotiator has led to disrupted communications and irregular meetings between the negotiating parties, which could erode the hard-earned trust and support. Moreover, the latter highlighted growing discontent among stakeholders because elected representatives have been systematically excluded from meaningful participations in the negotiations. The MPs criticized the persistent secrecy surrounding the process and say that such opacity leaves the negotiations vulnerable to the whims of a few within the political and bureaucratic establishment. They stressed that peace negotiations are vital for long-term stability and should not be treated as mere bureaucratic exercises without democratic oversight. It is deeply perplexing, the letter said, that despite the recognition of the Naga peace process as a crucial pillar of national security and stability, Parliament remains uninformed about the status of the talks since the signing of the framework agreement. The MPs pointed out that this lack of transparency and the perceived impasses in negotiations raise serious concerns. In light of these pressing issues, the MPs urged Amritsar to provide Parliament with a detailed update on the progress of the framework agreement and the ongoing negotiations. They also requested that immediate steps be taken to appoint a full-time interlocutor for the peace talks so that the progress achieved over nearly 3 decades is not lost and lasting peace is achieved at the earliest possible. Gopal Rai, the Aam Aadmi Party AAP candidate from the Babarpur Assembly seat, has won, defeating BJP Anil Kumar Vasit by a margin of 18,994 votes. Rai polled 76,192 votes, while Vasit polled 57,198 votes. According to data on Elections Commissions of India website at 3 p.m. on February 8. Notably, Rai is among 9 AAP candidates who have won their Delhi Assembly seats in 2025 polls. Others include RTC from Kalkazi, Mukesh Kumar Alawat contesting from Sultanpur Masra, Punardeep Singh from Chandni Chowk, Imran Hussain from Balimaran, Sahiram from Tukla Kabat, Zarnil Singh from Tilak Nagar, Virender Singh Kadian from Delhi Kant, and Virender Singh Kadian from Kontli. The BJP is poised to form the government in Delhi after over 26 years. With the latest EC trend showing, the Saffron Party had in 48 of the 70 assembly seats. AAP is leading in 22. The majority mark in the national capital is 36. According to EC, the BJP has won 8 constituencies so far. These include Rekha Gupta from Salimar Bagh, Tilak Ram Gupta from Trinagar, Mansinder Singh Sirsa from Rajouri Garden, Umang Bajas from Rajinder Nagar, Sikha Roy from Greater Kailas, Ravinder Singh Negi from Patparganj, Arvinder Singh Lafli from Gandhi Nagar, and Kandan Kumar Chaudhary from Sangam Vihar. BJP workers and supporters began celebrations outside the party's office in New Delhi by bursting firecrackers and dancing. AAP Chief Arvind Kejriwal conceded defeat in the Delhi Assembly elections 2025. He congratulated the BJP for a sweeping victory in the polls. In a video message, Arvind Kejriwal said, "We accept the mandate of the people with great humility. I congratulate the BJP for this victory and I hope they will fulfill all the promises for which people have voted them." Bituri and Alka Lamba, I thank the people of Kalkazi for showing trust in me. I congratulate my team which work against Bahubal. We accept the people's mandate. I have won, but it's not a time to celebrate but continue the war against the BJP, Atish said. Adding, I thank party workers who brave BJP's hooliganism. Will continue our struggles for people of Delhi. Commentary. Polling for the 70-member Delhi Assembly elections was held on February 5, 2025, with a total voter turnout recorded at 60.54%. U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Thursday to impose sanctions on the International Criminal Court (ICC) over its investigations of Israel. The U.S. and Israel are not members of the court and do not recognize its authority. The ICC has issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin for alleged war crimes related to Israel's military actions in Gaza following the Hamas attack in February 2023. The ICC has issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin for alleged war crimes related to Israel's military actions in Gaza following the Hamas attack in October 2023. Many Palestinians, including children, have been killed during Israel's response. The ICC has no jurisdictions over the United States or Israel, the order says, adding that its actions set a dangerous precedent. Trump signed the order while Benjamin was in Washington. The two met at the White House on Tuesday, and Benjamin also met with lawmakers on Thursday. The order further says that the U.S. will impose tangible and significant consequences on those responsible for the ICC's actions. Possible measures include blocking access and banning ICC officials, employees, and their families from entering the U.S. The order says that the ICC is carrying out illegitimate and baseless actions targeting America and our close ally Israel, and accuses the court of misusing its power by issuing baseless arrest warrants against Benjamin and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Human rights group says that these sanctions could discourage the court's work and contradict U.S. efforts in other international cases. Victims of human rights abuses around the world turn to the International Criminal Court when they have nowhere else to go, and President Trump's executive order will make it harder for them to find justice, said Charles Hogel of the American Civil Liberties Union. The order also raises serious First Amendment concerns because it puts people in the United States at risk of harsh penalties for helping the court identify and investigate atrocities committed anywhere by anyone. Hogel added that the order is an attack on both accountability and free speech. The U.S. has never joined the ICC and has long opposed a global court with unelected judges prosecuting American officials. A 2002 law allows the U.S. military to free any American or alien detained by the ICC. In 2020, Trump imposed sanctions on the ICC's previous chief prosecutor, Fatou Bensouda, for opening an investigation into the war crimes in Afghanistan, including those committed by the U.S. Former President Joe Biden later lifted those sanctions, and the U.S. began limited cooperation with the ICC, especially after it charged Russian President Vladimir Putin with war crimes in Ukraine. Sanctions could make it harder for ICC investigators to travel and use U.S. technology to secure evidence. Last year, the ICC experienced a cyber attack that disrupted access to files for weeks. Some European countries opposed U.S. sanctions. The Netherlands urged ICC member states to cooperate to mitigate risks of these possible sanctions so that the court can continue to carry out its work and fulfill its mandate. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.